Okay, welcome to part 2. We left off with the review and assess section of this assignment. Here it says, what kinds of floats will be in the parade? I will need to go back and answer or find my evidence in this passage. So I'm looking specifically for what kind of floats will be in this parade. So I see here, I'm looking specifically for the floats. The circus comes, beating drums, cymbals, that's talking about the music. I see there are cages, with animals, and there are people trotting by. Oh, here it talks about floats. There will be floats in shapes like dragons, thrones, and boats. Okay, so I know that this section right here is telling me what kind of floats will be in the parade. Go ahead and answer question number 1. What kind of floats will be in the parade? Number 2. Complete the chart by listing 4 sounds that you would hear and 4 sights that you would see if you watched the parade in the poem. So here I'm looking for the sounds, and here I'm looking for the sights. We talked about some of these sights on the other side. So I'm looking for 4 things that I would see in this parade, and I'm looking for 4 sounds. They talked a lot about the sounds here at the beginning, with blare of brass and beating drums and clashing cymbals and roar of wild beasts never heard before. Here is where they talk a lot about things that you would hear. The rest of the poem talks about a lot of the things that you would see. Let's go ahead and answer this question. You will need to reference a text and pause to give yourself enough time to find 4 sounds and 4 sights. Go ahead and do that, and when you're ready to move on, press resume. For number 3, this is about literary analysis. When poets use onomatopoeia, they choose words that sound like what they mean. Some examples of onomatopoeia are click, meow, and crash. Write 3 examples of onomatopoeia from the poem. So back at the poem, we're looking for 3 different noises that sound like the words they make. And I see, let's see, which one can I see? Ooh, clashing. Clashing cymbals is definitely a sound that sounds like cymbals. So clashing is an example of onomatopoeia. Can you find 2 more examples of onomatopoeia? Go ahead and do so, and when you're ready to resume, restart. Question number 4 asks us to analyze the rhyme of the poem. Each word below ends in a line. For each, write the rhyming word from the next line. Okay, I'll do the first one for you, and then you'll do the rest on your own. So I see that comes is the end of one line, and I'm looking for the rhyming word in the next line. So here I see comes. This rhymes with drums. All right, so I would write that the word it rhymes with is drums. They both have the same ending sound. Go ahead and do 2 through 6 on your own. Find the word that matches roar, span, head, floats, and small. When you're ready to resume, we'll turn the page and continue. Okay, let's look at our next question. Look at the punctuation in lines 1 through 5 of the poem. How often should you pause? Notice this is just talking about pausing. So this could be a comma or a semicolon. And then, how often should you stop? So this is how many punctuation marks. Make sure you answer the question how you know this is how many times you stop. Go ahead and answer this, and when you're ready to resume, restart. Our next section is about writing. Here it says, write a paragraph about a parade, circus, or festival that you have seen. Begin by thinking about what you saw, heard, smelled, tasted, and touched. Write your ideas in the chart below. Then, use those ideas to write your final paragraph on a separate sheet of paper. Create images that appeal to different senses. So, if we raft this, right, the role of the author is you, your audience is Miss A, the format is a paragraph, specifically 5 sentences, and the topic is a parade. So you are writing about a parade or a circus or a festival. If you've never seen a parade, a circus, or a festival, you can use your imagination. So remember, you're thinking about what you saw, heard, smelled, tasted, and touched. Use this space to brainstorm. What did you see in the parade, what you would hear, what you would smell, what you taste, and what you touch. Go ahead and complete your brainstorm. You should have at least 2 ideas for each of these senses. When you're ready to move on, we'll go to the paragraph. Okay, let's take a look at the paragraph component. This is actually on the back of the first page, and it is our exit slip. Here it says to write a paragraph about a parade, circus, or festival that you've seen with at least 5 sentences. From your notes on the handout, create an image using at least 4 of the 5 senses. Okay, So in this section, I am writing a paragraph describing a parade, a circus, or a festival that you have seen. So I could use the same power one I used yesterday, which could be, there are many great things about a blank. And this is where I'm going to say about a circus, about a parade, about a festival, and then I'm going to continue describing it in the lines that follow. Once you've completed this part of the assignment, raise your hand and let Ms. Aitchison know, and she will give you directions for reviewing for the next part of the lesson. Remember that it's important that you're keeping up with your work, as we will have our final exam on Thursday or Friday. Thanks for participating in this lesson. Hope you have a great day.